What's up, fuckers?
Aloha, my dudes.
We are going to cover the 20 best Doctor Who stories according to the 2014 poll.
Yes, indeedy. The intros of these videos get more and more awkward each time.
Yeah. Number 20 is Seeds of Doom. Crinoid Boys.
I don't know how to feel about it. I like it.
I wouldn't put in
I'd
my
get-
top 20.
Yeah, I don't think it would. It wouldn't be this high for me.
It may be in my top 50
Oh yeah, it'd definitely be in my top 50.
because it's Seeds of Doom. It's like a 9.5 for me.
I'd probably give it like an 8.
Ooh.
It's,
I mean, I think it's really good. I just don't think it's as good as everyone
I
says
think
it
it's
is.
really good as well. I'm just more harsh with ratings.
I'm very generous, but I can't give it a 10.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it wouldn't be this high. But I'm not.
definitely-
I'm fine with it being here.
It's definitely the best of season 13.
Oh yeah,
But there's other season 13 stories on this list.
season 13's good.
Yeah. And then number 19, The Power of the Daleks.
This would be in my top 15, possibly even
No,
10.
not for me.
It's-
I'd give it like an. I think if I watched it again, I'd give it a 9. But I'd give it a little lower. Like I gave it an 8.66666.
Mine went up when I watched it because I originally gave it an 8 and then I rewatched it and I was like, this is actually really, really good.
For me, the reason why I can't give it a 10 is because of the post-generation stuff. I'm not really a
Yeah,
fan
he's
of it.
not a fan of the poster generation stuff, despite the fact that that's the point that he's like that.
Yeah, but just because it's the point doesn't mean I have to like it.
But it's good.
The point of Kill the Moon is that it's an anti-abortion metaphor. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
That isn't the point, though. The writer literally came out and said that wasn't the point.
Yeah, but he's lying. Because it clearly is.
Power of the Daleks is good because it's like it's the best we see the Daleks.
It's definitely the best we see the Daleks in the
Yeah.
classic series.
They're, I'd say,
Arguably of all time.
yeah, I think they're shown them to be the most clever here,
Mhm.
most powerful. You know, they're just really manipulative, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really have any problems with the story overall.
I do have problems, but they're not fatal flaws. It's definitely my top 10 Troutons.
That's fair.
So it's like the top half of Trouton, but you used to...
To be fair,
It's-
Trouton has a really Bay area.
Yeah, it's like my 8th favourite Trouton.
Yeah.
So,
I'm surprised there's not more Troutons up here.
well,
Like,
a lot of them are missing. Well, a lot of them were missing, and they haven't really seen many.
true, but still.
But still, the fact that some of them... The fact that some of them didn't even have a DVD release
Oh,
says
okay.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like, the 2 that are up here didn't have a DVD release.
Oh, mad.
Well, Webb might have, but it was very recent, if the case.
Okay.
Inferno.
It's overrated, Jamie.
I would say it's perfectly fine being here.
I have problems with it. I
Like
don't know what
what?
it is. I just cannot get on board with it.
Last
It's
time I
just-
watched it, I'm just like, no, this is perfect.
There's something. It's like a really good story, but it's just something about it that I can't engage with.
I engage with it. Like, I think
It just gives off like
the characters, the stakes, all of that, all the concepts it deals with.
I don't know. It's like I have nothing fundamentally wrong with it. It's just I cannot
John
get into
Pertwee's
it.
best performance.
It's-
What's John Pertwee's best performance?
I don't know. It's just Infernal to me just screams
What's your favorite Pertwee then?
average Pertwee. Something like obscure that no one would be like, yes, that one, like
I swear.
Frontier in Space or something.
I mean, Frontier in Space is really good, but it's not the best.
Something like, yeah, Spirit from Space, I guess. Frontier from Space. The ones with space in them.
Colony in Space.
No, not Colony in Space.
Um.
I mean, Curse of Peladon, that's a...
Oh yeah, that's a really good one too.
Bay one.
That's really good. It's like my 4th favorite.
Yeah, Green Death, that's... I mean, he
That's
has,
my
he has
third
loads
favourite.
of Bay stories.
Inferno is my 2nd favorite Pertwee.
Inferno I just can't gel with for some reason.
I'd give it, yeah.
I'll need to rewatch it.
Invasion of the Dinosaurs is my favorite Pertwee.
That is valid as fuck. I forgot about that.
The 11th Hour.
It's a tricky one.
Because it's good. But it might be...
I think we both gave it a 10 out of 10 when we watched it. I just don't know if it's that good a 10 out of 10 to be there.
Like, if I gave it a 10 next time I watched it, yeah, but I wouldn't say it's better than, like, Inferno.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's better than Power of the Daleks.
I mean...
If it was in my top 20, it would be
Post-Regeneration
20.
stuff is done better. Like, if I end up giving Power of the Daleks 9 next time I watch it, and I give 11th Hour a 9, I would say Power of the Daleks is better.
Okay. So I don't mind it being here though. I think it is a really strong.
I don't
opener.
think it's in the top 20, but I do think it's arguably the best Post-Regeneration story.
Yes.
I prefer it to Robot. I prefer it to Spearhead.
Okay. Yeah.
I prefer it to Power.
I mean, I'd take Power, but yeah. Maybe I'd take Spearhead as well.
Web of Fear deserves to be a lot higher. Deserves to be top 10.
I've not seen Web of Fear. This is one that I have not ventured into yet.
Web of Fear is very creepy, atmospheric, and has some of the best performances in Doctor Who, some of the best characters in Doctor Who, some of the best direction in Doctor Who. It's really good.
I own it. I just, for whatever reason, haven't watched it.
It's like the Heaven Sent of the Troughton era.
Okay, I don't even know why, I don't even know why I've watched it, because Troughton is like one of my favorite classic Doctors. I love
And this is
Zara.
like, in my opinion, this is his second favorite story. And
Yeah.
well, as of where I'm at in my marathon, it will probably be. I mean, it is in my top 5 currently, as of when I am in my marathon. That will change,
You know,
but it may still be. It will probably still be in my.
I'll watch
top
it
10.
before I
Maybe
edit
that
this,
number 10.
and then I'll just put like words being like, "Yes, it was good." If I thought it was good.
Starting now. Anyway, so
And that's what I thought.
yeah, Dalek.
Yes.
It's definitely the top 20, arguably top 10.
Yeah. I think it would be in my top 15, and we're on 15.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, it could go up higher. It could go down lower. It's like there are a lot of base stories.
Yeah, there are a lot of base stories.
just
Like
thinking
it's hard because
Yeah.
we like Doctor Who,
Yeah.
but Dalek is definitely up there.
It'd probably be it'd be a little lower now because you have to add Heaven Sent and stuff like that.
Yeah, on this list, but like
Yeah.
even as of 20, especially as of 2040. Oh yeah. Mwah. Then again, after 2013, I think the only one that I might consider. I don't even know if I would consider Heaven Sent better than Dalek.
No,
And that's the only one I would.
You know what, the thing is, Dalek isn't even my favorite Dalek story in that season because
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to that.
But Dalek, I can't fault Dalek really, other than the guy that was like Adam.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I prefer Dalek to the finale, but that's still close.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it should be here. I'm happy with it here.
Part of me thinks that if Web of Fear doesn't end up in my top 10 of all time, it could be because of those two Dalek stories.
Okay.
Because they're really good. They're like the only things in Series 1 that might end up in my top 10 of all time. And maybe the only in Series 1 that would enter my top 20. But that's more debatable.
Yes. Terror of the Zygons
Is not in the top 15.
I don't know if I'd even have it in my top
It's not a 10 out of 10 story.
20. It's weird. Like, I've heard a lot of people can't get on with this one. I think it's good, but
Oh yeah, it's good.
I think it's over. I'd give it like an 8.
I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
but
great.
I don't think it.
But it's not that good.
Yeah, it's good because Scotland.
Yes. But it's also good because the Zygons are just really...
Yeah, the Zygons are the Zygons are the best they've been in the show because all the other ones that came after have been...
What do you mean, the Zygon porno?
Oh, yeah.
That
Shit.
exists.
And what about Time of Zygon?
Classic. Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways.
Yep. Oh, that shit. I'd have it way higher. It's in. I think it was in my top 5 like stories of all time. At one point,
It's
I love it. I love the whole.
probably my top 20.
I love the whole
Yeah.
like early 2000s like game show vibes of like part 1, and you're like, fuck. It's just so like dystopian and strange, and then you go into like just like full blown Dalek like war
Action
and
in
sec-
top part 2, yeah. It's...
the stakes are at an all time high. Like we lose characters that are like
We
you
cared
go to,
about.
like you're like fuck. How are you gonna get out of this?
Yeah.
And it's the best like regeneration like weaving scene.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just so handled so well. Like they balance all these things, I think, so
like,
perfectly.
yeah. This is no doubt a 10 out of 10 story, but I do feel like the Paddle Parting the Ways I do think is slightly weaker than Dalek, but like, come on, they're both so good. They're so good.
I understand. I get it. Like some people think Bad Wolf like is
Dalek is
lets
just a
it
much
down.
tighter script.
Yeah, that's fair. But
It's still a 10 out of 10 story. Like,
yeah.
it's so...
Well, I prefer the finale, but I'm not offended if people are like,
if they prefer
Yeah.
Dalek.
yeah, both are still like top tier.
Yeah, they're both the best 2 Ninth Doctor stories.
Oh
and
yeah,
definitely top 2. Like, there may be other 10 out of 10 stories from Series 1, but those are the ones that I'm definitely like, no, they kind of have to be in the top 20.
yeah. I mean, Christopher Eccleston's just
Because, like, the Empty Child Doctor Dancers, I would say, is a 10 out of 10, but it's definitely not top 20 material.
Yeah.
But it's still top 10. Not top 10, like, 10 out of 10 for me. I sometimes get, like, top 10 and 10 out of 10, like...
It might still be
garbled,
top 20. I don't know. It depends what else I would put there.
I made the claim that I would put Heaven Sent higher than the War Games.
But you'd be wrong, because the War Games is the best.
But it's the only Moffat era story that I would consider putting above the War Games.
Okay.
But the War Games is really good.
The War Games
It's-
is my favorite story, possibly of all time.
Yeah.
I really like the War Games. The length doesn't get to me at all.
It doesn't.
I just enjoy every bit of it from start to finish.
Like, I do feel like...
The regeneration is interesting as well. Like,
What do you mean? Season 6B? Season 6B.
the regeneration's interesting as well. And it's dark. Like, it's a really sad ending. Like, you just
Yeah.
see the Doctor completely like crumble. Like those last minutes.
Yeah.
Like he knows that
Part
he can't-
10's definitely the best.
Yeah, he knows
part.
that he can't get away, and still he's keeping up the act of like, sure, let's just get to the TARDIS and like
Yeah.
go off. And then the fact that they get their fucking minds wiped is just.
Yeah. It's just everything leading up to it was just spot on.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like.
It's not a 10 out of 10 for part 10 alone.
Yeah, it was long, but the thing is, everything had a part to play. Like, the story was actually really good as well. You're bouncing from all these different war scenarios and how that all ties
I
in
don't
with
think
the
I would
war.
rewatch it a lot. Like, I think I'd rather put on Macro Terror, which is why I prefer Macro
I mean,
Terror.
War Games is more like event TV, I think. It's not something you'd like constantly watch, but it's like, stick it on every like 2 or 3 years and be like, that was a really good story.
Yeah.
I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, War Games. Yeah, I could speak about War Games for ages. It's good.
It's not my favorite regeneration story, but I'm glad. I'm glad the 3 best are in the top 20.
I think those like 2 should be at least top 10. So I think they should have broken into the top 10.
I don't. Battle Part in the Voice maybe, but like I do think
War Games is definitely top 10 material. Come on.
I prefer 10 stories to it. I prefer Inferno.
It's better than
I definitely,
some of them that are on this list.
but Inferno's better for me.
No.
I prefer Inferno.
Okay.
Right. So the Robots of Death is my second. Actually, no, it's my favorite Hinchcliffe era story and my second favorite Fourth Doctor story overall.
Fair. I don't know if it would be this high for me, but I do really like it. I think I'd have it like maybe top 20, but I don't know if it'd be this high. No, I think it'd be more top 30 for me. Like, I'd give this one like an 8 out of 10. It's like, I really like it.
I could talk about the Robots of Death at length if I put my mind to it.
Please do tell me stuff about
I
it.
did a lot of tweets about it when I was watching it, and
Okay.
and that made me realize, no, this is like the best Hinchcliffe story.
It's like, I really like it.
Because
but
I do like the mystery, how it's set up. I do like all the characters. They're so interesting, investing, and well-rounded.
It's weird.
Leela's handled really well. The robots are handled really well. DLC 4 should have been companion. The setting, although it is just bland corridors, is really good. The world building's phenomenal. The Doctor's really good. That initial scene is iconic for a reason of the whole
Yeah,
which box
true.
is larger.
Yeah.
Chris Boucher really knows how to nail Doctor Who, and that is his best. That's the best example of Chris Boucher Doctor Who.
It might go up for me on a rewatch then. But it's like, I watched it and I was like, this is really good. And
The ending is the weakest part about it, but
Oh, yeah. It's
because
like,
of the villain, and only the villain.
I can't really fault it much, but it is just like, I don't know, I feel like it didn't go above, it didn't do enough for me to be like, yeah, this is 10 out of 10 stars.
The villain being kind of shit, like it's a bit fun. It's a bit fun and silly, like with the villain being like, "Oh, I was raised by robots, so I am a robot." I don't care. Like do you know what? His motivation is kind of dumb, but at least it's consistent.
Yeah.
And it still fits the story. And also, he could have had a better motivation, to be fair, but I do feel like the way he was stopped does cancel that out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and how it was clever that they used helium to like change his voice because of the robot voice recognition. Robots of Death is like
Robots of Death is good, yeah. I
I
personally
actually
don't
kind of
have
want
that.
more experiences with Caldor. So like I'll listen to like Caldor City. I might check out the Robots spin-off.
Oh, yeah.
I've listened to like the first part of the Fourth Doctor Robots of Death sequel. And I might want to listen to the Seventh Doctor and Eighth Doctor one.
Okay.
They've tackled Robots of Death a lot at Big Finish.
They have, yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah,
It's mad.
that
They've tackled
whole-
Robots of
the
Death.
the fact that it has its own spin-off series is just wild.
Yeah. So does Talons as well, technically.
Oh, yeah, true.
But that's fair because they are
Yeah.
popular characters.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot you can do with Caldor.
I get
Heck, it has a spin-off book as well, like Corpse Marker in the PDAs, and it got re-released in around the 50th.
Okay.
So yeah, Robots of Death is popular for a reason, I think. The fact that there's only one Seventh Doctor story here hurts, but the fact that it's Remembrance of the Daleks is it's perfectly fine.
Yes. Although I do prefer the Curse of Fenric.
Yes, I do too.
That would be Curse of Fenric is like top 5 for me,
Curse of Fenric is like top 2, maybe top 1.
which is valid. I'd have like Curse of Fenric, the War Games, Battle of Parting of the Ways. They'd be like top 3 ish,
Okay.
and you know all those things.
Remembrance will probably be in the top 10 for me, though.
Remember, if not, definitely top 15. It is Bay
Yeah.
because explosions. And
Possibly
Daleks
top
and shit.
5, but that's pushing it. I think overall, I prefer it. I may prefer it to Genesis.
I prefer it to Genesis.
Like on the whole. Although the thing is, I think it will be right next to Genesis for me, but I don't know which one would be better because
I think
things I like about Genesis, I really like about Genesis. The things I like about Remembrance of the Daleks, I like less things about it than I do
I
Genesis,
was
but
gonna
I
say,
like
this is how I
it a
would
lot
put it.
too.
Genesis is probably the better story, and
Yeah.
it's like there's more things to like about Genesis. I just get more enjoyment from
I think
Remembrance.
Remembrance has a lot more depth
Yeah,
to it.
Remembrance is like
Genesis doesn't need much more depth than it already has because it has atmosphere as well as some depth.
Remembrance
doesn't have the
feels like
atmosphere.
an event. Remembrance feels like a special, so you're like, fuck.
But like so does Genesis. Genesis feels
You're
very
kinda right.
special to me. We'll get to Genesis, but all I'm gonna say is I think they're practically equal petting. So, like, if I prefer Remembrance, I won't use my McCoy bias, although that might be a factor because there's a reason I have that bias. Remembrance isn't a result of my McCoy bias; it is a cause of it.
Well, the thing is, both are really good. Anyway, both are really good. They both
They're
handle
like
the
the two.
Daleks really
Oh
well.
fuck!
Great.
I'm balancing it on my knee. Yeah, but like they are the two best classic Dalek stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Well, Power. No,
But I do think
I'd put Power above Genesis. I think they were
wouldn't.
handled better in Genesis, and technically Genesis is more about Davros.
if
than
I
Daleks.
give Power a 9, I'd probably say it's my favorite 60s Dalek story. But as it stands, I prefer The Chase and Mission
Chase
to the
is a
Unknown.
lot of fun.
I prefer Mission to the Unknown as well.
I might prefer the Chase to Genesis of the Dalek.
Fuck off!
The Chase is just so much fun.
It's fun, but it's not better than Genesis.
I think Genesis is a little overrated, my G. It's good.
I might. All I'm gonna say is, if I prefer Remembrance, it's because I feel like my themes.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
and the only weak link is Davros for me.
I feel like the themes are too on the nose because it's very much, hey, look, these people are supposed to be Nazis. Look, it's the Daleks.
What for Genesis?
Yeah,
They're kind of on the nose for Remembrance as well, but I feel like it's handled better.
I mean, yeah, true.
It's handled more
they literally
carefully.
have white Daleks and then grey Daleks. And
Yeah,
they're like,
white and black Daleks fighting each
Yeah.
other, and also there's literally a sign that says no coloreds.
Yeah.
The people working for the Daleks are like,
Okay, none of them are particularly
Nazis.
subtle.
yeah,
But
but they're good.
I just prefer the rice pudding one.
Yes. Human Nature Family of Blood
I'd have it.
as the second best 10th Doctor story.
I mean,
No.
well, yeah, no, because
Top
Waters of
5
Mars,
10th Doctors,
Midnight,
yeah.
Satan Pit.
Midnight's not on the top 10.
No, it's not. I get that because normies are like, it was the boring one on the bus.
No, even in 2013 people enjoyed it a lot.
Where is Midnight? Let's get upset about where Midnight is placed.
44. It's a little bit better than Asylum of the Daleks.
You see, I'd have this up there, all that.
I
Waters of
also
Mars,
that up
Midnight,
there,
yeah,
that
to
up
the
there.
left, that's big.
Yeah, but I mean, Human Nature, I'd give it a 10 out of 10, but I don't think it would be on my top 20.
If it top 25, maybe.
Top 50, definitely.
It is really good.
Yeah, but it's like a 10 out of 10. I realise that I'm probably going to give a lot of stories 10 out of 10 on this rewatch, but, like, still, like, doesn't mean to say that I won't have standards. Like,
Oh no, Human Nature and Family Blood's always been like really good. Like,
yeah.
it's just a great story.
It's just there are better ones in the... Like, as of where it... Like, as of, like, Series 2 and 3, yes, it's the best 10th Doctor story.
Matt's not the biggest 10th Doctor fan, but he can't deny that he doesn't have really good stories.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest 10 fan, but, like, his
You
era's
hate 10.
big. I don't hate 10. I don't hate any Doctor. I used to, but now I'm just like, they all have good qualities. They all have bad qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Some have less bad qualities and more good qualities, and some are the other way around, but I still like them all. 10 is lower down, though. But his era's really fucking good.
It is.
And Human Nature Family Blood is also really good, and it, even though
Paul
10 as a
Cornell is
character isn't really the focus, what it does for his character is actually really good.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it from the perspective of his character, it shows how alien he really is.
You know what? That's interesting that you've said that, because I remember you saying in the past that you thought that it didn't work well with 10 because he was the most human Doctor.
Yeah, but it does. But now, upon reflection, I think it does show how
Yeah,
alien.
because
he
it
is.
actually helps highlight the fact that he is more alien.
I think if you focus on
Like,
him becoming a human,
He is a much more human Doctor, but then when you make him human, you really notice, and how
Yeah.
David plays it as well.
it's just less subtle
Yeah.
when it's like a more alien Doctor like Seven.
Yeah, when it's 7, it's just like this.
But which was the original point. But
Mad
I
lad.
feel like what here it's a different context, so therefore we can't really compare it to like the book.
Yeah. Pyramids of Mars.
No,
I really used to love this.
it's an 8.5.
I really like Pyramids. It used to be in my top 10, I'll admit. It used to be.
But like
It's fallen off a little bit for me over the years.
because you've realized that there's stuff a lot better, like a lot more.
I'd still prefer to City of Death, Matt.
I don't think it's even in my top 50. It might be in my top 50, but I don't think it
I
will
would
be.
have it top 30. I do really like it. I think it's your, like, if I was going to show someone like just like your classic Fourth Doctor and Sarah story, I would show them that.
Yeah, I would show them that.
Yeah, I think it's like
Or Terror of the Zygons, but
I
then
think it's
again,
like the
that has Harry in
definitive
it.
one. Also,
The best.
Sutek is like one of the best villains. Of
I-
just, like,
I would
classic
argue-
Who.
Well, then again, you've got
Like Sutek and like Fenric, I think, are like the two like best classic
one-offs
Yeah.
from Classic Who. I do think the best Four and Sarah story is Seeds of Doom. The second best might be Pyramids of Mars. I will admit.
Hmm.
So you've got a point there, but it's just like, well, maybe Four and Sarah are an overrated TARDIS team. Have you ever thought about that?
They are a little bit, but still, it's.
I mean, they're still good. Like,
I don't really have. I can't think of much flaws in Pyramids of Mars. I think it's paced well. I think the setups and everything's good.
but I don't think it's
think
particularly
it's really-
amazing. I think it's just standard Hinchcliffe fare that just thinks it's the best thing ever.
That is fair. Yeah,
The direction, like some of the writing seems a bit pretentious. Like, I think Bob Holmes thought it was the best thing ever, but he didn't let his ego go into it too much.
I think with me,
But the
I used
timey-wimey
to hold
element
it.
was
I
good.
used to hold it way higher. I think because it was one of the first stories that I've seen just of all time, Classic Who wise.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it was my first. So I've always got. So I have soft spot bias,
yeah.
but yeah, it's
I'm gonna
just
bounce
really
on my
good
foot again
anyway.
because my knee was getting a bit awkward.
I don't mind it being here, but it'd probably be.
I do mind it here. I don't think I put it in my top 50. It could end up there, but it might not be. Top 100, oh yeah, obviously, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because it is good. And Empty Child Doctor Dances. It's not top 10 material. Maybe not even top 20. Maybe top 20, but maybe not at the same time. It's borderline.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to make a list now. I might make a video just going through like my top 20 now.
I'm eventually gonna do that
Like,
once I've done my marathon.
Yeah, just like compile like an actual list because it's interesting because I'm like, would it actually scrape into my top 10 though? I don't know.
I don't think it would for me, because like,
It's another one of those just it's really good.
yeah.
It's really great.
It's like, would I rather watch that or like the Pirate Planet? You know, Pirate Planet should be a lot fucking higher. Where's the Pirate Planet?
I don't think people are too fond of the Pirate Planet.
They should be.
I think I mean it's like one of the best from Key to Time.
I can't see it. So it looks like people prefer Asylum of the Daleks to the Pirate Planet.
People preferring Asylum of the Daleks to like anything though, like
Is a sin. I'm gonna have to.
you can't find it. It's too low.
No. It's okay, it's 114. Pirate Planet's possibly a top 10 for me. It's 114.
Mad. I think you're mad for wanting to put it in top 10, but you know it doesn't deserve to be that low.
The Shakespeare Code apparently is better. Time of the Doctor is apparently better. Fucking Asylum of the Daleks! End of time! Planet of the Spiders is nowhere near as good as Pirate Planet. But anyway, yeah. Shell Talk to Dance. Yeah, I think it's really good. It's probably my third favorite from the season.
I'm not upset with it being where it is, but I
No,
just don't
but
agree with it.
I don't agree. But I'm
Yeah,
like
same.
not. I wasn't really upset with Pyramids of Mars, but I wasn't. I was like, no. Here I'm like, nah, yeah, but
Just like
it's fair.
valid racism.
Talons of Wang Chiang. I wouldn't mind it up here if it wasn't racist.
You know what? Right, if we're doing the whole like just separate like the thing like as a story, it is
Looking
really
at the
fucking good.
script,
It is really good.
Looking at the script, it's like I don't think I'd have it that high. I think I'd have it around.
I think
Season of Doom
execution wise
level.
as well. I think direction wise and
The direction and the writing,
yeah,
I would say, makes it around
There's
Seeds
no
of Doom level.
yeah, it's really good. I would have it top 20. I don't know if it's scratched
No.
my top 20.
No.
Top 10.
I do agree it is better than like Terror of the Zygons, and
Yeah.
I think it is better than Pyramids Mars, but like no.
It's good, but you know,
What if
as
the
long as
Master
you
was in it?
acknowledge.
What if the Master was in it like originally intended?
Was that originally?
Yes, it was. The Master, like you know Magnus Greel. That was originally supposed to be the Master.
I don't know how I would have felt about that.
Yeah, like just after Deadly Assassin, it would have been like, oh yeah, the Master's back now. Because Bob Holmes wanted the Master in it.
That I don't know how I would have felt about that. That's.
I mean, Philip Hinchcliffe said no, so Bob Holmes wrote a character very similar.
Okay.
So I don't think it would have been that different.
Yeah, true. It would
But like it would have been
the master.
I'm the Master.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. City of Death is the best Fourth Doctor story.
It's. I don't know why I sighed. It's good. It's not my favorite, but
I'd put it higher.
it's great. It's my second favorite.
I'd put it higher than number 5.
That's fair. It would definitely be in my top 20, possibly top 10. It's just really fun.
Yeah, I think it's
It's-
down to preference at that point.
Yeah, it's fresh. It like feels fresh for like the Fourth Doctor, like season 17.
I know Will put it in his top 50.
Okay.
By the way, all of his top 50 would be somewhere on this list. Because he just doesn't like anything after David Tennant. Really.
Oh.
Or he doesn't like anything enough for it to be top 50. Like, even like Will Enough Time Doctor Falls, or that would be close. It's nowhere near. Well, not nowhere near, but like not. Automatically not.
Will upsets me with his opinions, though.
He does. Heaven Sent is a masterpiece, Will.
Yeah, I mean, City of Death, it's good. Good villain.
Mhm.
Good.
One
use
of the best,
location.
I would say.
Oh yeah, he's up there with like previously mentioned.
This feels like everything coming together to make one of the best things ever. Speaking of, the Caves of Androzani. I'd argue it to be in my top 5 as well.
I do not know if it would reach those heights for me, but I can't deny that it's not.
It's
like,
in my
one
top
of the
5.
best.
It's in my top 5 classic Who stories.
Yeah, it definitely deserves its place here.
Yes.
100%.
It's really telling that it's like okay, 5 Doctors is in the top 25, and then after that there's not 5 Doctors of Earthshock are in the top 25, but like
I mean, Earthshock's overrated.
yeah, but then after that it's not a while until another 5th Doctor one. Like Enlightenment is like number 75.
Why is that the next one down?
Because like no one likes the 5th Doctor and Enlightenment's good.
The Visitation's good.
But I think Visitation's lowish.
I'm gonna beat up these Visitation haters.
Where's the Visitation?
I don't like the Fifth Doctor, but the Visitation and Caves are actually alright.
I think the Visitation actually it might have been top 50. Might have just been blind.
Good.
Is it near here?
I don't see it. I can't lie.
Let's find it. 110.
Okay.
Visitation can be in your top 10.
No, definitely not. No.
Top 20?
No. It's not like heights. I mean, it says a lot about the Fifth Doctor era when it's like my second favorite, and
It's like,
it's
what out of 10?
debatable if it's going in like top 40.
Yeah.
I mean, Five Doctors, if you count that, would be higher, but I was just
Yeah.
mean like,
Well, yeah, I mean, Five Doctors does count.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to say.
great. Yeah, it gives the Fifth Doctor something to do, and he's actually a
How,
good character.
how do you feel if David Bowie was the villain?
Would have been interesting. Also, would have been weird being like, that's David Bowie being a weird kind of.
Sex pest.
Yeah.
Genesis of the Daleks. Told you we'd get back to it. It feels like we've been here so long.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I think it's a little overrated.
I
I just think its themes are a bit on the nose. But I mean,
it's definitely
Kremlin.
definitely top 10 classic stories. Maybe top 5.
I agree with the.
Actually, no, I would say it is in my top 5 class. No, it's not in my top 5 classics. No, top 10 definitely though. Because I definitely prefer Enemy and Web. It's my third favorite Tom.
I prefer a lot of Troughton stories over it.
I only prefer 2 Troughton stories over it.
I prefer Enemy of the World and Power of the Daleks.
I prefer Enemy of the World and Web of Fear, so Enemy of the World, fair enough.
And the War Games and the one with the superhero and that.
The one with the suit. Don't you mean Mind Robber?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, the main
One with the Return of Doctor Mysterio, but it's the second Doctor and Jamie. Well, Jamie, let's ghost. Oh, Doctor.
The Macro Terror.
The Macro Terror is my third favorite Troughton.
Yeah, I prefer a lot. It's like third favorite Dalek story, maybe. It's good. I'm not annoyed that.
I don't think it's the best classic Who story.
I know it's
though.
regarded as like one of the best. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then we've got 2 that I think don't deserve to be this high. Blink.
Yes, Blink
Doesn't deserve to be this high, but it's. I'm not mad.
I'm going to say one thing. Blink is really good and does deserve its reputation, despite what people be like. It's overrated. It's like
No, but it is good. It's still
I get
really
it.
good.
I get why it's like the mainstream appeal of like, oh, this scared me when I was a kid.
Because it was. Because yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it was like, it done something new as well with the format. It was like probably like the first successful Doctor Light episode, I should say.
Like if there is if we don't include the Human Nature 2 part, I genuinely think that might be the best episode of Series 3.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good.
Or the best story, I should say. Because Utopia is really good
Yeah,
too.
Utopia.
But that's not its own
you
story.
count that as like, yeah.
It's a 3-parter.
Yeah, Blink's really good, but
It's not the second best story
yeah,
before
it definitely wouldn't be this high.
Series 8.
Yeah.
And Day of the Doctor is not the fucking best.
I was gonna say Blink. Where do you think Blink would be if you top 20 maybe?
Definitely top 50.
Yeah, top 50, 100%. But top 20,
No.
top. It
no.
would probably be in about the top 30 position for me.
Top 30, top 40.
Yeah,
But then again, I'm very generous, so that's saying a lot.
I'm just thinking like my 100 episode tag is like.
My 100 episode tag is pretty much filled with a lot of 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
my 3 favourite Troughton stories are
I mean,
in
to be
there.
fair though, we counted the episodes individually,
Yeah.
and I had Blink, so yeah, Blink. Yeah, probably top 30. Day of the Doctor. Okay, I'm gonna say I get why it's here. It had just
Yeah.
come out. It was everywhere.
I remember at the time I was watching it over and over and over and over again.
But on reflection,
No.
it's a bit shit, innit?
If you like the Ninth Doctor, you're not allowed to like this one.
I like the Ninth Doctor. I also don't hate it, but it does
don't
not
hate
deserve to be here.
I don't hate it, but like saying this is amazing, you're not. You're either a Ninth Doctor stan or you're a Day of the Doctor stan. If you're both, you're actually wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I understand what they did retconning the Time War. I don't like how they did it. Like, in fact, I think there should have been a way of bringing back Gallifrey without retconning the Time War. Because then you could have your big celebration. Oh, it's all happy and we done stuff, but not be like, let's completely ruin. Series one.
You could say, okay, you still need to destroy Gallifrey, but how about you destroy it in a way where we can bring it back somehow? It's like using this like quantum weapon.
You didn't really blow up Gallifrey. You blew up Gallifrey's twin planet.
No, that would be bullshit. No, but like he
That'd be-
blew up Gallifrey. He thinks it's not gonna come back. I think the likelihood is slim, but then
We've rebuilt Gallifrey.
But then the curator could come in and say, "Oh, but you know, it's the quantum flim flam. You know, it was destroyed, but also not. So there may be a chance. Oh, who knows? Like that works. You could just do that, but no. So that alone makes me not like it. I also think that the writing's fine-ish.
The best stuff in it is like
John Hurt.
I was going to say just the interaction between all the Doctors together. I think
Yeah.
like David and Matt play off each other really well.
David and Matt before John Hurt appears. No, I don't like.
I like it. I don't like. In fact, I don't.
I don't like the dick measuring contest.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only stuff that's like. Okay, yeah, haha, funny.
But then everything else I think is fine.
Yeah,
And then
they bounce off each other really well. John Hurt's a really good addition.
yeah.
It just doesn't really feel special. It's like you brought back a Zygon, kind of, but then you dropped that midway through. Like, I think it would have been way better if like it was split into like 3 different plots. Like you had your story with the 10th Doctor and the Zygon or something, and then you wrapped that up, and then you came.
To
like,
be honest,
together
I
for
think
something else.
overall my views on it would be similar to, like, in terms of how
I mean,
the
the worst
quality of it would be similar to Fugitive of the Jadoon. Because what's good is really good, but it's dragged down by it just being messy. Although Day of the Doctor's heights are better than... They're higher than Fugitive of the Jadoon's heights, but Day of the Doctor is brought down even further because of the retcon of the Time War and how that affects the Doctor's arc in Series 1.
I don't hate it. It's like
Me neither.
Day of the Doctor is fun. It's a good event. It's good event TV, I suppose. It's
But-
not a good 50th anniversary special.
And it does not deserve to be the best of all time.
Yeah, definitely not. But-
See, Nick, you're wrong.
He's not wrong. It's just his opinion.
His wrong opinion.
Day
Oh,
of the Doctor is
does not
fine.
deserve to be in. I don't think it would be in my top 50. No, nowhere close.
no.
Top 100 at a push.
It'd probably be like just midway down like my entire list.
Maybe
Like,
same.
yeah, it's like I'd give it over. What would I give it overall? Like 7 out of 10. It's good.
Yeah, maybe same 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've got to eat.
Food.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're done now.
Bye. Subscribe and like.
Watch
the
our
video.
other video if you haven't.
Yeah, because we did.
We did
something
too.
else.
We
Yeah.
did the worst on this list. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe to whatever channel this is
Tooniversals probably because this is kind of shit.
on. Yeah.
Bye-bye. This is much longer.
Yeah. What the
This is
fuck?
like twice as long. Alright.